Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jay from Edible Foodscaping again, and today we're going to talk about hose equipment because a couple of members of the group were asking about different kind of hose bibs and hoses and sprayers and manifolds. So I'll kind of go over what I use here at the house. I mean, I've pretty much fought every type of hose that I've had. They've all kinked. I've tried probably over 50 different kinds of hoses to try to find something that I really liked that did not kink. And this is pretty much the best that I've come up with. And I've had these hoses for probably 3 years now with no issues at all. So like somebody else mentioned, the rubber ones. So the rubber ones, they are the best ones. So what's nice about these red ones is that they're also for hot water. So what's nice about that is you can leave them out in the sun basically and they won't cook, even having the water inside that heats up inside the hose, which really degrades other hoses. So these are kind of built for that. Also, yeah, they're rubber, so they don't kink. It's very hard to actually get this hose to kink. If you're pulling it around the yard and it happens to lap over itself, it might have a brief little kink, but you just give it a little tug and it's undone. Like it doesn't kink or put in like a ghost, kind of like a ghost bend, you know, where it always bends in that spot again, where it's kind of weak. So these hoses also don't do that. And then as far as and I got these at Lowe's. I think these were around $30. And they've got, this is the old style here. It's got this stainless or zinc plated hose end, but the new ones have copper. So the new ones are even nicer than these. I'll show you one of those when I get to the back, when we get to the manifold. So yeah, I really like these hoses. These are 50 feet long and I think they're around 30 bucks, and they're rubber, and man, they're great. Run over them with a car, step on them a million times. Been the best hose I've ever had. Like I said, I've tried probably 50 different hoses. And then as far as hose bibs go, so I swapped out all my hose bibs with the turn handles and all the other styles for just these quarter turn ball valves, because what's nice about these is these are 3/4, so they're full flow into the 3/4 hose. And then they've got a steel ball in there, which is the cutoff, so they don't ever calcify. Like every time you turn the handle, you're cutting and removing all that calcium that might possibly build up in there on top of that stainless steel ball in there. So these never go bad. I mean, these are pretty much a lifetime hose bib valve, you know, and they're quarter turn, so that's nice. You can instantly turn them on and off without having to turn it a million times, and they don't ever leak, so you don't get that drip or that spray that comes off of all the other pain in the butt hose bibs. I mean, even something so simple like this can make your life 10 times better by swapping these out. So yeah, like the quarter turn valves here. So then I'll show you the sprayer. Let me turn this on, get us over here. So the sprayer, the sprayer ends, I get these from Harbor Freight, believe it or not. And man, these are pretty nice product too. I've got one on the end of each hose, and what's nice about these is they're adjustable, so you can have kind of this flow if you want, you know, or you can do the more aimed flow. And I mean, you could literally dig with this thing. Like there's so much pressure that comes out of this thing. It's like a pressure washer. So I usually just kind of open it all the way up. Oh, and you can turn it off too. So if you go all the way the other direction I was just going, it shuts it off completely. So I usually just have it all the way open like this. Just kind of set it down by the trees. Makes a nice fan. Spray underneath them like this. And what's also nice is that these are so heavy duty. I mean, you can just slam these on the concrete. I do it all the time. I just drop them on the ground. And it's got this rubber reinforced area. And then also when I used to have a dog, the dogs would chew on them too. So the dogs would just chew on this outside edge and it would leave all the inner workings alone. So I never had to replace these sprayer ends. So these sprayer ends, I want to say they're around $7 from Harbor Freight. So that's another product I really like. Now I'll take you back to the manifold and show you what I use for that. Okay, so this is one of the hose manifolds. This is in the backyard. So I believe this is made by Gilmore, and this is a 4-way manifold. And I also have this, you see up here, on a quarter turn ball valve. And what's nice about this one is it's fully brass, And what I really like is it's got these big T-handles, these big brass T-handles too. They don't have that little plastic wiggle valve handle that they always break off, and eventually you're turning them on and off with pliers, right? So what's nice about these is they've also got that steel ball inside them that the main one does. And another thing is these are 3/4 and these are full flow. So what's nice about these is you get the full flow of the 3/4. They're not necked down like most of them are. So you get one that's called a full flow manifold. So these are great. I think they're made by, this one's made by Gilmore, and I think it was around $30, something like that, but it's the best manifold I've ever bought. And this one's at least 2 years old. And this one's kind of still rocking. And so, yeah, so these are the old Lowe's hoses. You see how they've got this stainless or zinc, whatever this metal is. And then they've got this like octagon-y hose. Well, the new ones now, they come in brass and they look like this, and they're round. So they're, of course it won't focus for me, but the hose is completely round. It doesn't have those hexes. There we go. So yeah, so something just so simple as fixing this up will keep you guys from pulling your hair out. All right guys, thanks for watching.